Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that your entire to-do list is completely meaningless. You look at your phone, checking emails, dreading the commute, feeling that heavy anxiety in your chest because you are always running out of time. We call this modern life, but for the vast majority of human existence, this frantic state of survival was actually an anomaly. What if I told you that the 8-hour workday is a biological mismatch and that your brain is genetically hardwired to work no more than 15 hours a week? Stick around, because by the end of this video you will not only understand the greatest historical scam ever pulled on humanity, but you will also learn a practical strategy to steal back your time without destroying your career. To understand how we got trapped in this cycle of burnout, we have to look at how we were originally designed to live. When anthropologists embedded themselves with the sand people of the Kalahari Desert, they discovered a reality that shattered our modern ego. These indigenous foragers, living in an incredibly harsh environment, only spent about 2 to 3 hours a day acquiring food. The rest of their time was spent playing music, telling stories, caring for each other, and simply existing. We are often taught that ancient life was a brutal, desperate struggle for survival, but the archaeological record completely contradicts this. Take Göbekli Tepe in modern-day Turkey, for example. This massive, intricately carved stone temple was built over 11,000 years ago by hunter-gatherers, long before the invention of the wheel or farming. You do not carve massive stone pillars with elaborate animal reliefs if you are starving and fighting for your life every second. You build breathtaking monuments when you have an absolute abundance of free time, surplus energy, and a deep, intrinsic desire for meaning. Our ancestors were not struggling. They were thriving in a state of natural leisure. They worked in short, intense, hyper-focused bursts, and then they completely detached. There was no concept of looking busy for a supervisor. But then, roughly 10,000 years ago, humanity fell into the ultimate productivity trap, the agricultural revolution. We arrogantly thought we were domesticating wheat, but in reality, wheat domesticated us. Farming demanded endless, back-breaking labor. You had to clear land, plow, weed, wait for the seasons, and constantly worry about the weather destroying your harvest. For the first time in human history, our species became obsessed with the future. This is the exact moment chronic human anxiety was born. The skeletal evidence is undeniable. Early farmers suffered from slipped discs, severe malnutrition, and infectious diseases that our foraging ancestors rarely, if ever, experienced. We traded our freedom and our physical health for a surplus of calories. That surplus led to explosive population growth, the invention of land ownership, and eventually, the creation of the corporate ladder you are exhausting yourself trying to climb today. You feel constantly drained because you are running hunter-gatherer hardware on an industrial-era operating system. So, how do we apply this insight today? We cannot just abandon society and move into the woods, but we can hack the system by adopting the hunter-gatherer mindset in our modern routines. Stop stretching your tasks to fill an arbitrary 8-hour day just to look productive. Instead, embrace deep, focused work for 3 to 4 hours. Treat this as your daily hunt. Once the hunt is over, give yourself radical permission to completely disconnect. Stop monetizing every single hobby. Stop feeling guilty for staring at the clouds or taking a nap. Invest those remaining hours into your tribe, your community, and your own mental clarity, because in a world obsessed with artificial status, your peace of mind is the only true wealth you possess. Before you go, I want you to really think about this and let me know in the comments below. If you only had to work 3 hours a day to survive, what exactly would you do with the rest of your time? Drop your answers down there. I read every single one. You do not need to earn your right to exist through endless productivity. You were born free and you are already enough. Unplug from the noise, reclaim your biological rhythm, and welcome to the quiet mindset.